Hi there, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Stacatto Mini Pendant. This is going to be the large one. This is the 184970. The smaller one, you should check that one out too. That's the 184930. So this is the one we're talking about right now. It has a diameter of 10.5. The other one is 7. Check them both out, watch the videos, and you'll learn a lot. Okay, so a lot to go on here. Let's talk about the height of the fixture body itself, and that's the distance from the bottom of the glass on this to where your rods are going to start, and that's going to be 10.6 inches high. 10.5 inches is going to be the diameter of that hood, which is resting on a piece of cast glass. Beautiful piece of glass. It's sandblasted on the inside. A lot of people think it's a white glass, but it's actually a clear glass that's been sandblasted to give it a frosted look. So, pretty awesome. Anyway, moving on from there, let's talk about overall height. And Hubbardton Forge has a system where you're going to be using these interlocking, they just thread together, rods, and you're going to be getting 3 of the 12-inch, 1 of the 6, and 1 of the 3-inch ones. And together that's going to give you an adjustable range on this from 10.3 to 55.3. If you need this to be longer than the long, which means you need this to be longer than 55.3, drop me a quick email, tell me what you're looking for, a solid number, and then I will send it over to Hubbardton Forge and we'll get a custom quote for you. Adds a little time and money, but we do it every day. It's not a big deal. So a couple things I love about these adjustable rods is it's going to give you the opportunity to use this as a semi-flush. And actually, since it starts at 10.3, that's pretty flush, and you can even bring it down a little farther than that using just different rods. So you can use this in a bathroom, you can use it in a hallway, in a laundry room, you can use it pretty much anywhere. It would be great in a foyer too. Also, if you're doing these pendants over a kitchen island, right, so you generally want to have those about 30 to 33, maybe 35 inches over that island. A lot of people are going to want to put the same one over the sink, which generally is going to be behind you. And I would probably do this as a semi-flush, and you just order the same one, and then you just use different rods to get it a little higher up. I generally like to be able to see at my eye level or a little above it the bottom of that fixture if I'm going to be having it over a sink. I don't want to be staring right into it. Plus, you know, the higher you have it up, the better the spread of the light. It's always something you should talk about, or think about, really. Okay, moving on from there, let's talk about the canopy up in the ceiling. It's going to be 5-inch round diameter. It's going over your 4-inch junction box. So another way to show you how this all kind of works is to show you the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen, midway down. It's going to be a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It is going to show you lots of good information. It's going to show you how it all goes together. Very, very simple. It's going to show you the socket setup, which we're going to talk about in a second. It's also going to show you Canopy, which is good, and a full parts list. It's also going to show you it's going to be coming with a tool. So the tool is this. It's a retaining ring tool. It's metal. Basically, and you're going to keep this, don't forget, don't throw it away. So to keep the glass on to the fixture and then everything together, basically, you're going to be using this. It's a retaining ring that goes over the threaded socket. I'll show you in a sec. It fits right into the end of this. So you have some little ridges on this side, flat on the other side. You're going to be putting it in like that. This is going to take the place of your hand getting inside that piece of glass. So you're just going to slowly rotate it over the socket, and then once it's on there, you're going to take this off and you're going to put it into a junk drawer someplace. Forget about it until you need it someday, okay? So let's talk about one quick other thing. This is slope ceiling adaptable to 45 degrees automatically. There's a knuckle right here built into the top of this, allowing this to bend just like that. So you don't have to do any customization if you want to use it on a slope. You're good to go there. Let's talk about what's going on inside of this as far as the socket goes. It's going to be using a porcelain socket, high-grade porcelain, and threaded on the side, because remember we were talking about before that this threaded ring is just going to go around it. See how it goes around it like that? Okay, very easy. So as far as lamping goes, you're going to be using what's called an A15 bulb, and that's just a smaller light bulb version of all these other guys that we have all the time, right? So this is an A19, this is an A15. You can actually use an A19. It's going to get kind of down to the crest, the opening of the glass, but you can still use it without a problem. A19s generally max out in LED world about 150 watt equivalents. A15, which are commonly used in like ceiling fans and garage door openers and that kind of thing, they max out generally about 60 watt equivalent. Or if you want to go for incandescent, you would just go for a 60 watt incandescent version of both of these, right? Because you're limited to 60 watts for the heat generated by an incandescent bulb, but when you get into LEDs, sky's the limit. It's just a matter of what you can get into the glass. LEDs come in all kinds of different types. So this is a phosphorus one, which is clear and has little phosphorus strips. This is our old-fashioned one, but still good. Nothing wrong with it. So it's an opaque shade on it. And this is probably going to have LEDs in the bottom that are pushing light out. This kind of pushes light everywhere. So, I kind of recommend these for this fixture, just as a heads up. You get to choose the color of your light, don't forget. So you can choose as warm or as yellow as 2700 Kelvin. That's kind of like an incandescent bulb that's been dimmed down a little bit. That's that intense yellowish glow. The light outside is called daylight, and that's like a 4000, 5000 Kelvin. That's really blue. It's not my favorite for this kind of thing. I would probably go with a 3000 Kelvin, which is also considered warm white, but it is a little mid-range. This light coming down on my hands, this is 3000 Kelvin. A lot of people think this is incandescent light when they come into our showroom, but it's not. So it's a nice warm LED light that you can get anywhere. So remember, 3000 Kelvin is what you're most likely going to be looking for. It's also a dimmable fixture, so just tell your installer you're going to be using a dimmable LED when they put up the switch on the wall. Let's get into finishes now. If you're on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over on this side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a tab. It's going to say Finishes Help Guide. Click on that for me. There's going to be a video on there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton forged finishes and how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be talking about a chart a little farther down on the page. You'll see it next to me here. It's going to kind of go over the differences between heavy forging and non-heavy forging, and it'll be talked about in that video. So it's really important that you kind of watch the video, use the chart. You can click on that chart on different things. So you can click on dark smoke and a big page will pop up and show you lots of different things in dark smoke. Click on burnished steel or natural iron, it'll do the same thing. But it's really important that you understand how Hubbardton Forge's finishes are kind of divided into translucent and opaque and how they can look on different fixtures. Our showroom in Vermont has we're up to 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures spread across 2 floors. We have a What's on Display page. It's way up there in those red tabs again, so click on that and you can see what we have to show you. That changes all the time because we're always adding things as they come out. Showroom's open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. We have an amazing clearance center here too. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued things, and showroom samples. If you were coming to visit us, bring a good-sized vehicle, something like a big SUV or maybe a small truck or something like that, because you might find something in the clearance center that you want to take home, and it's a lot of fun to go through. 75% off MSRP is an amazing bargain, so you should really take advantage of it if you can. Like I said, we're open every day except Sunday from 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. You can call us at 802-446-2400 during business hours. You can email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all the time. We love to answer emails. When you buy your Hubbardton Forge fixtures from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. There's no tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont, and we're the only dealer with 90-day returns and no restocking fees. No one else even comes close to that. Some larger items are non-returnable. We'll always tell you about that. It'll be in the description thing, that part of the description underneath on the very bottom. So keep an eye out for that. We also offer a rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to get product out. They don't stock anything. That's how you're going to get all your finishes, your adjustable ranges to play with, all those things. We can cut that time in half, and it's super inexpensive. If you want to know more, drop a quick email, and I'll walk you through the whole thing, okay? So if you guys have any other questions, let me know. Love to see you in our showroom sometime, and have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.